Welcome to Beards, Swords, Shotguns. This is Nicholas and today we'll be taking a look at how to win in the arena. Mount & Blade 2 Bannerlord released with Steam Early Access on the 30th of March 2020, and if Steam stats page is anything to go by, the game is doing very well. Hundreds of thousands of players are flocking to Calradia to establish their own kingdoms and clans, but the road to the top is a tough one. Here at Beards, Swords, Shotguns, we play with all the difficulty settings set to realistic to really simulate the struggle of building a kingdom in a merciless and gritty ancient world. In this Mount & Blade 2 Bannerlord Arena Guide, we will help you win tournaments and practice matches early in the game, even on realistic difficulty. Tip number 1. Support your teammates. This is probably the most important tip to get you through the first 2 rounds, as these rounds are generally team-based battles. Mount & Blade 2 is not a game where you will easily win a fight with 2 or 3 other combatants without support. This is only amplified when you play on the realistic difficulty level. As the battle starts, try to follow and support your team and help them bring down their targets. This way you will give yourself the best chance to survive the encounter and qualify for the next round. Tip number 2. Have your teammates support you. There are times when you are engaged in one-on-one combat and another enemy troop decides to join the fight. It is difficult to fight 2 combatants at the same time, and on realistic difficulty you can easily die from 2 or 3 shots. If you find yourself overwhelmed, try to kite your attackers towards your allies and hope they join in and help you. By having your allies support you, they will create openings where you can strike for big damage and hopefully slay some enemy troops before they slay you. Tip number 3. Use the environment. You don't have a say about which weapons you spawn with, but as soon as combatants start to fall in battle, you can pick up their shields and weapons if you prefer what they had. You can also use horses that have lost their riders, which can make it much easier to clean up the remaining combatants. Some arenas have tree stumps and other debris, and you can use this to your advantage. Kite enemy combatants around these objects, and when they hit them with an attack, you will have an opening to strike. Tip number 4. Get a shield. If you spawn in as an archer, try to get a melee weapon and a shield as soon as you can. If your teammates die, the enemy will charge at you and will probably win the fight if you can't block their attacks. Tip number 5. Be patient. In one-on-one situations, be patient when engaging another combatant. Wait for them to give you an opening where you can land a shot. Don't be too stressed about the durability of your shield. If you failed to beat your opponent before your shield is broken, you probably didn't take the chances you had to strike when you were given them. Tip number 6. Target heavily armored combatants during the early rounds. If you have the chance to lead the attack or your teammates have already died, focus on heavily armored combatants. The earlier you can force them out of the tournament, the better the chances are that you won't have to face them in one-on-one combat in the later rounds. This will make your life much easier and give you a chance to snatch the win. Tip number 7. Use cut attacks. We have found that using cut or horizontal attacks give the best results when fighting on foot. Enemy combatants seem to easily block piercing attacks or vertical attacks aiming for the head. Try moving around and using cut attacks to look for an opening to strike. Tip number 8. First do tournaments in the Empire. The tournaments that you find in the Empire cities are the easiest to beat. If you travel further north, you will have to win one-on-one fights with two-handed weapons, and this is much harder than winning with a sword and shield. We hope this Mount & Blade 2 Bannerlord Arena Guide helped you win some arena tournaments and practice rounds. They do become easier as your skills increase and you get better gear, but they are 100% beatable on realistic difficulty even early in the game. Thanks for taking the time to watch our Mount & Blade 2 Bannerlord Arena Guide. If this guide helped you win some fights, please like, subscribe or even share this post with your other sword wielding friends.